Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. We haven't done an unboxing video in a while. I think we should change that. Now this saw is not going to excite the hardcore old-timers. And I mean, I guess I kind of include myself in that category. If you're excited about a Homelite 3100G or something like that, what comes out of this box probably isn't gonna raise your sales, so to speak. But it is a 30-year-old saw that's going to come out of here. It's kind of like those memes on Facebook where the guy says, you know, somebody said something about about something that happened 30 years ago, and my mind went to the 1970s, and then my friend reminded me that he was referring to the 1990s, and I had to go sit down. Okay? Kind of the same thing, you know what I mean? So this is a 1990s saw. And somebody donated one of their long hairs to me. I could do without that. Ugh. But, look at that, some little boxes for shipping you guys carburetors. Probably can't use a battery box. I'll quit screwing around. I just don't want to pull this out and make a giant mess all over the counter. Oh! There we go. Did I get a Walmart bag? That's awesome. I would not have my day complete without a Walmart bag. And I'm totally lying. I think you guys know that. Okay. Packaged pretty well. I appreciate that. All joking aside, I do appreciate it when a saw is just not loose in a box floating around, getting damaged on its way to me. So, we have a CS-50. And like I said, this is from the 90s. Is that an O on the serial number? That is an O on the serial number. Let me go to the Cheeto here. 1993. 32 years old. Alright, there's your reality check moment, all you guys, myself included. 32 years old. A plastic saw. That's hard to believe. But it's still here. I mean, I'm not going to say the compression is amazing on it, but pretty sure it'll start and run at some point. Not right out of the box. So, let's take a peek. What do we got? We know that the throttle safety lever appears to have some issues. Just in case it's a lubrication issue, we'll get it started lubricating. These have a throttle cable that was known to fail. It's a sheathed cable that goes in there, but that seems to be working. Dirty. What do we have in the fuel tank? Uh-oh, I see wet. Alright, I smell old, not stale, just old. So I'm going to assume she's going to need some fuel hoses. Let's see about the chain oil. Oh, there's still oil in there. And it didn't leak all over the bottom of the box. Okay, that says something. Little rust on the muffler, nothing abnormal. Got the bucking spike. Looks like both bar plates are in there, and they might even be the correct ones. The decals are intact. Oh, our primer bulb is popped out. It's the end of the world. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the end of the world at all. I'm thinking somebody installed an improper primer bulb, and that's why it's out like that. So I'll have to fiddle fart around with that. Okay, decal good. Decal good. Decal good. Decal good. Decal good. 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 That's why the saw is sitting here. Okay. It's a 32-year-old Homelite. And it's going to go into my collection. I'm going to get this thing cleaned up, and it's going to look almost brand new. And if I can do this without taking up, I can. Not taking up a massive amount of video time. These bars don't sell for sour owl manure. And wouldn't you know, I have a brand new 325 pitch bar. And wouldn't you know that I'll bet, yep, 325 pitch, brand new sprocket. That is brand freaking new. What do you think of that? We'll do that way. That's going to look badass. So again, it's not super exciting. It's not, you know, it's not the true classic stuff, but if I have to listen to Britney Spears on the classic radio station, I'm going to count this as a classic. And I'll leave that alone. We're going to take a deeper dive today into that Homelite CS-50 that I unboxed a while back. But before we do, let me go through a little bit about what the saw is. It's an evolution of the 300, which would have been introduced I'm using Mike Akers information, and based on when I remember these saws being sold, I would have been 11 years old when Akers is saying they were introduced in 1991. No, I would have been 12 the end of that year. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, I can remember Fred Meyer. That's our local Kroger. You know, they sold these saws. I remember seeing them and thinking, I think I like the older ones better. But who doesn't say that? Anyway, the Model 300 in 1991 would have been released. It's a 3 cubic inch engine, hence the 300 series. 49.2 cc's when you convert it over to metric. None of the sizes here are anything that make me think that they were trying to hit something. Like the bore is 1.71 inches or 39.6 millimeters. You know, there's no clean numbers there. Whatever. Just shy of 12 pounds without the power head or fuel in it. These have springs for anti-vibration. So that's what they were moving towards, is the AV crap. It is injection molded plastic with some die-cast magnesium. I believe this is a clamshell style engine that is dropped in from the top. My favorite. Not ever. Carburetor's a Walbro HDA or Zama C3A. Ignition electronic, that's 100% true. Air filter system, nylon mesh cartridge, also true. Maximum engine RPM, 12.5 to 14,000, no load. I don't know if I want to hear this thing at 14,000 RPM. That's a little high. And a little early to be hitting those kind of revs. That's interesting. Crankshaft main bearings are ball, 32-to-1 fuel. Chain pitch, I question this. It says 325 and 58 gauge. I cannot recollect from what I have dug through in junk, in literature and all that, Homelite having 58 gauge chain. It was always 050 or 063. So I'll have to check that bar very closely, make sure I don't put the wrong chain on it. So there you go. That's enough babbling. That's a little history, because a lot of folks probably don't know about these. Oh, and from here, so it evolved from the 300 into the CS-50 around 1993, and then in roughly 1997, it changed again to be the CS-50-20. Essentially the same damn saw, just a new model number, which again, I think we all know Homelite was doing that to make things appear fresh when they probably weren't fresh. So, and as of the 1999 service bulletin that listed models, the 5020 was still in production. There was not an end date listed for 1999's publication. So in theory, this was probably produced as a 5020 right up until the bankruptcy, and maybe a little after. I don't know. I honestly, I was in college at that point and I wasn't paying attention. So Enough babbling. That's the history lesson. What a difference a bath makes, folks. Look at this thing. Okay, I know it's plastic. I know. And maybe I'm too excited about the plastic. But when I tell you that this came to my door for a grand total of $35, that is no exaggeration. So I can afford to get excited about something that cost me that little. This thing could have been a complete wreck piece of crap, and I could have parted it out and made that $35 back, probably with the ignition coil alone. So I'm going to be really happy if we get something that I can make run and put in my collection. Whether it's a real Homelite or not. Okay, that's a little tight. She's even clean under the hood. Oh, this just, oh. It's crazy, folks. I find it crazy. So there's that nylon mesh cartridge. One downside is these are, ouch, thumb wheels only. So it would appear Homelite was imitating steel, but whoopsie daisy, doing it badly, in the sense that steel always had the ability to use a screwdriver as well in case something got really tight. Man, the clearance is tight in there. And I dropped an O-ring. These are not captured. That's another place that I will give steel credit. Okay, but that, I didn't hose that out. I don't know that this saw ever cut anything. So it's got a Walbro carburetor. I mean, would this thing run if we just put gas in it? I mean, yeah, I know that's a stupid thing to think, but I actually think it. And actually, I think I can snap. Can I snap that? Oh, that primer bulb is a miserable little shit. Doesn't look like the retainer tangs are in the right spot. Let me twist this. You've got to be kidding me. Whoever put it in just had it reversed. Or it pops out because of hose pressure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to do it. What the hell? What? Literally, what downside is there? Those hoses aren't shot. That's screwed in place. I won't take that off. Is it possible that this thing's never run? No, that's, well, there's no sawdust. There's dust. There's dirt. There's residue. There's no sawdust. There's no sawdust. No, it's run. There's oil in it. There was fuel in it. We know that. My brain's getting away from me. This wasn't run much, folks. All right, that's enough. That is enough. Gasket's not all torn up. Let's put it this way, if it was run, it wasn't run much. Let's see if our primer bulb is full of fuel. We're going to try starting it. What in the world do we have to lose? A little bit of junk in the tank, I think. Holy crap. Hey, look at that. She's oiling too. Made a big old mess on my bench. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this saw. Low hours. 100%. She's low hours. Real low hours. If it's cut wood, I don't see evidence of it. I think it might have been started once out of the box, and that's it. There's not even chain marks on that sprocket that I can discern. I don't want to run it too much with the cylinder cover off because that would be stupid. I do need to resolve whatever this little issue is down here. So, if I can find my Torx driver. Now, she might be leaking a little fuel past that. I can forgive that sin. This is incredible. Like I say, it's not like this is a high dollar, you know, gonna retire on selling this model. I'm not gonna sell it, number one. You know what I mean. But I am excited to get one this cheap, this clean. This was truly a diamond in the rough. That's all it is. There's some rust right there. That's a metal pivot shaft. So we just need to get that cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, that's so amazing. Not looking for precision here. All right, you want to be persnickety. Well, that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this damn spring back together. Oh, that is so nice. And then that should slip right under the handle right there. Oh, ha! Oh shit, don't blow up. Note to self, don't test too much before putting the cover on. There, right like that. I think I got a little too excited there. Okay. Give that one more dose of lubricant, because if a little's good, a lot's better. Cover. Oh. The spring slipped out. I didn't get it where it belongs. See, the spring's got to go in that channel right there, and I didn't get it there. Come on, you miserable little shit. Come on. Come on. I'll rip a fingernail off if I'm not careful. Oh, there it is. Right there. Cover before it can explode in my face. Look at that. I'm so stoked, folks. And I shouldn't be, but you know what? It's been a while since I've gotten a saw in, for me. So I'm stoked. I'm going to take that muffler off and paint it. It's going to look gorgeous. This thing's going to look NOS. Because it ain't far off from NOS. Holy moly. Trigger won't move. Trigger will move. Booyah! I don't know. I shouldn't be this excited about a 300. I know that. CS-50. Whatever. Same difference. This is pretty cool to get a low hour saw like this in at the price that I did and have no idea that that's what was going to arrive. It's nice to win one. You know what I mean? It's nice to win one. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up. It's going in the collection, and it's going to be in the 2026 calendar. I don't have that many saws that I bought this year. I may have to recycle a few in the calendar. I honestly don't know. But there you go. A Homelite CS-50, a bath, and some lubrication. And she's going in the collection. We'll catch you guys on the next one.